I'm Bob Javenous, world's greatest Jack Labrador player. Let me show you how to play Motor City Showdown. Look at these beautiful cards. But before we get going, you got to know a few things. I call it required knowledge. You've got to know how to play Jack Labrador. That's rock, paper, scissors with 2 new symbols and a 3-point play. And in one-time Jack Labrador, you can have up to 4 players simultaneously playing Jack Labrador until 1 player remains through the process of elimination. And then you've got Run It to 10 Jack Labrador. That's 2 new symbols and a 3-point play. It's 2 players playing Jack Labrador up to 10 points, and Labrador beats Jack for 3 points. Very exciting. Okay, in Motor City Showdown, you've also got something called live action play and card action play. Live action play is using your hands to play Jack Labrador, and card action play is using the symbols on the cards to play Jack Labrador to determine the winner. Got all that? Excellent. Let's start the game. The object of the game is to beat opponents in bouts of, that's right, Jack Labrador to win cards. There are 72 playing cards in each deck. Cards are worth 1 point each. That means that there are 72 points per hand. First player to 100 or more points wins. All right, let's get familiar with the individual cards. We got 55 symbol cards, 11 each of rock, paper, scissors, Jack, and Labrador. And we've also got the cards of devastation. There are 2 things to know about the cards of devastation. First, they all have special powers. And secondly, they have symbols on them. Not sure if you can see those little red circles, but they are showing where the symbols are on the cards of devastation. Every one of them except for the black hole. And then we've got the 4 barn cards. You put them in front of you, and that's where you stash your winning cards during play. And also, on the back of the barn card, we have what is called the order of resolution. And that is the order in which you apply the special powers of the cards of devastation in the flip round when multiple cards of devastation have been played at the same time. All right, we're actually going to start the game now. Pick a barn card, pick a dealer, shuffle the deck, and the dealer's going to deal everybody 4 cards. Now I want you to look, I want you to think, and I want you to strategize. Then you're going to build your tableau. Face down, place 4 cards on the table like this. The card closest to you is the hole card. Then you've got 2 combat cards, and then the flip card. It's called a flip card because, that's right, you're going to be flipping it over. And when everybody has finished their tableaus, this is what the table looks like. Motor City Showdown has 2 rounds of action. The flip round, followed by the combat round. And here's what you need to know about the flip round. It has 2 components. First, resolving cards of devastation, and second, card action play. So let's go ahead and play a flip round. All right, so we got the 4 flip cards at the center of the table. See them circled there? Simultaneously, all players flip them over. Boom, look at that. I see some cards of devastation. Now look, if there's 1 card of devastation, you just resolve it. But if there are multiple cards of devastation, you resolve them in the order of resolution found on the back of the barn card. In this situation, we have 2. Blue played the Woodpecker, red played the Hungry Bison. So we go to the order of resolution, and what do we see? Well, the Hungry Bison is in the 4 hole, the Woodpecker's in the 6 hole, so red resolves the Hungry Bison first, and then blue resolves the Woodpecker. With the cards of devastation being resolved, we go on to card action play. And that's where we're going to compare the symbols on the cards to determine the winner. So if we take a look here, we see a couple of Labradors played by blue and orange. See a couple of Jacks played by red and yellow. The 2 Labradors beat the 2 Jacks. So we've got blue and orange tied. So now what do? Well, when you got a tie in the flip round, the tied winning players play one-time live action Jack Labrador to determine the winner. And that's where you're going to be playing with your hands. Let's take a look here. Live action. We've got blue throwing Labrador, orange throwing Jack. We know that Labrador beats Jack, so blue wins the flip cards. Way to go, blue. It's time to take those 4 flip cards, put them in your barn. Now it's on to the combat round. Sounds pretty intense. You want to know why? Because it is. Everybody pushes both of their combat cards to the center of the table, and then everyone plays one-time live-action Jack Labrador. Let's take a look. Oh, look at that. Blue coming in strong again with the Jack, right? Facing a rock, paper, and a scissors, guess what? Blue wins again. Jack beats rock, paper, scissors. Blue's gonna put more cards underneath his barn. Way to go, Blue. Combat round's now over. Dealer deals everyone 3 more cards, right? Add them to your whole card again. Look at your cards, strategize, build your tableau, and one note about your tableau. The whole card can change from turn to turn. You do not need to keep the same whole card throughout the game. So now all the tableaus are set up, and we're ready to play flip and combat rounds until the final deal. And that's basically the game of Motor City Showdown. It's alternating flip and combat rounds until the final deal. So let's talk about the final deal. For the final deal, the dealer deals each player an equal amount of cards. Now in a regular game where nobody's been knocked out by the hungry bison, each player will get 2 cards in the final deal. Now, if somebody does get knocked out, there may be extra cards in the final deal, and if there are any extra cards, you put them in the middle of the table, right there in the big green circle. And those cards are then won during the first flip round of the final deal tableau. So, go ahead, look at your 3 cards. And you really got to strategize here. You got to focus because it's the end of the hand, right? So, create another tableau. In the final tableau, the whole card is called the hammer. It's played as a flip card as the final action of the hand. So we've got a flip card, we got a combat card, and we've got the hammer. So when everybody has their tableau set, this is what the table's gonna look like. Got the 4 flip cards in the middle there, right? Everybody turns it over, boom, we play a flip round. What happens here? Blue wins because blue just dominates. Paper beats the 2 rocks in the Labrador. And then everybody pushes their single combat card to the center of the table. It's time to play the final combat round. And we go live action. 1-time Jack Labrador. Let's see what happens here. Oh, look at that. Blue man. Blue man coming strong again, throwing Jack and beating rock, paper, scissors. Tell you what, Blue's cleaning up today. You want to know why Blue's cleaning up?
He got the blue eyes and the hand with the feel. He's a $1.85 a Detroit Steel.
Because Blue has taken the Labradojo courses. All right, we got 1 card left. It's called the hammer, and it's played as a flip card. Here we go. I'm just thinking Blue's gonna dominate again. Look at this. Yes, he does. Look at that. Blue plays a jack. Everybody else threw a rock, paper, scissors. Blue wins again. Blue dominated. We all know why. I'm not gonna tell you because you already know. So unless you want to be a loser, do what Blue did. Do what Blue does. Trains often. Plays hard. All right, here's how you score the game. After the hand is over, every player counts their cards. Every round has to have 72 cards, okay? So count up your cards, make sure they add up to 72, and then give them to the scorekeeper. The scorekeeper will keep a running total of your points. And then if nobody's reached 100 points or more, play another hand. You keep playing. You can't quit now. You gotta play till somebody gets to 100 or more. Deal goes to the left, players shuffle the cards, and the dealer just deals more and you play. That's what you do. Now, look, if there is a tie at 100 points or more, all tied players play 1-time live action Jack Labrador to win the game. That's a pretty intense moment, and it will happen. I'm Bob Javenous, world's greatest Jack Labrador player, and this is Motor City Showdown. Train hard, play often.
Ravenous, like Javenous, his methods are extravagant. Once you go Jack, you never go back. Jack Labrador.